Hi guys, I'm Jennifer and welcome to my channel, Mint Green Gypsy. I hope everyone's summer is going great and I have 3 projects for you today and I really hope you like them. I found this galvanized tray at the thrift store. I like the rope handles, but I thought it could use a makeover. So I got out my Fusion Mineral paint in the color Raw Silk and painted the inside of the tray. Fusion Mineral paint has great coverage and can stick to non-porous surfaces. I did not paint the center of the tray because I will be adding paper to that section. I find it handy to have a baby wipe nearby so I can easily remove any paint that gets somewhere that I don't want it. I ended up giving this tray 2 coats of the Fusion paint. And when I got near the rope handles, I switched to a smaller paintbrush. If you wanted to be safer, you could always put painter's tape on the handles. This is blue and white wallpaper by Morris & Co. that I found at an estate sale. I cut out a piece to fit the center of the tray. I am applying a thick and even coat of Debi's DIY clear liquid patina to adhere the wallpaper to the metal tray. I'm misting the back of the wallpaper to expand the paper fibers and activate any adhesive that may be on the paper, and laying it down in the liquid patina. I'm smoothing the paper out, pushing out any air bubbles, first using my hands and then my brayer. After the paper had dried overnight, I still had air bubbles. I covered the wallpaper with parchment paper and went over the tray with my heat press, and that did the trick to remove the unwanted air bubbles. For the last step of this project, I am adding 2 coats of Fusion's Tough Coat in matte to protect the tray from anything that may be set on top. Please let me know in the comments if you like this makeover, and if you are enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up. Here is another metal tray that I found at the thrift store. I decided to paint it with Fusion Mineral paint in the color Casement. I'm giving the tray a thin first coat of paint and stippling over the details around the edge. After the first coat dried, there was some bleed through that showed up on the back of the tray. I think I must have lost the video clip, but I took the tray outside and sprayed it with Rust-Oleum paint and clear to encase the bleed through before moving forward with the second coat of Fusion. I didn't have any more bleed through issues after that. I'm stippling the paint on the raised details to make sure paint gets down in those crevices. I have cut out a piece of rice paper to fit in the middle of the tray. I mist it to expand the fibers, and when it dries, the fibers shrink, and this helps reduce wrinkles and air bubbles on the project. I'm using Debi's DIY clear liquid patina to adhere the rice paper to the tray. I'm putting the paper on top of a white painted surface so that the image will show up brightly as it would opposed to a darker surface. This rice paper is by Paper Designs and it's called Miranda by John Watrhouse. Rice paper is always an ease to apply to projects. All I have to do is lay it down and smooth it out. Now I'm adding Fusion's Tough Coat to protect the tray from anything that will sit on top. I only applied the Tough Coat to the paper since Fusion has a built-in top coat. I debated on adding dark wax to the tray, but I really like the details in the bright white, so I decided to just add a little bit of gold wax to the handles. Let me know what you think of this makeover in the comments. Okay guys, this is the last project on this video. I found this cool photo from the summer of 1950. I wanted to put the photo in a flower frog and add it to a cute summer vignette in my shop. But I also didn't want it to damage the photo. So you see me here using a ruler to draw a straight line and cutting out some textured watercolor paper. I'm using the watercolor paper for the background of the photo. I thought it would look more finished if I used my paper cutter to make rounded corners. After that, I take my stamp pad with permanent ink and go around the edges of the watercolor paper. To hold the photo to the watercolor paper, I used adhesive photo corners. I did have to add extra glue to the photo corners because they came unglued after the project was completed. You can see that I left a little extra room at the bottom because I will be sticking it into a flower frog. I wanted to add a little color, a little fun to this project, so I made a bow with some red and white picnic check ribbon. Now, I am not a pro bow maker, so I'm using hot glue and doing the best I can. But I am happy with the way it turned out. I want to take this moment to thank you for spending your time with me today and watching my video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Making sure not to damage the vintage photo, I hot glued the bow to the corner of the watercolor paper. And as you can see, I stuck the paper down into the flower frog. Let me know in the comments what you think of this project.